Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 128 through 130. 128 through 130.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذ يرفع إبراهيم القواعد من البيت وإسماعيل ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. ربنا واجعلنا مسلمين لك ومن ذريتنا أمة مسلمة وأرنا مناسكنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. ربنا وابعث فيهم رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياتك ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة ويزكيهم إنك أنت العزيز الحكيم.
Jazakallah. Chapter 2 Al-Baqarah, verse 262 and 263. 262 to 263. Mike.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت 7 سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة والله يضاعف لمن يشاء والله واسع عليم. الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله ثم لا يتبعون ما أنفقوا منا ولا أذى لهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون.
Chapter 2 Al-Baqarah 251 to 252.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولما برزوا لجالوت وجنوده قالوا ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. فهزموهم بإذن الله وقتل داود جالوت وآتاه الله الملك والحكمة وعلمه مما يشاء. ولولا دفع الله الناس بعضهم ببعض لفسدت الأرض ولكن الله ذو فضل على العالمين.
सलाम हज़रत मुस्लिम अलैहिस्सलाम। ये नूर के शोले उठते हैं मेरा ही दिल गरमाने को। जो बिजली उफ़क़ में चमकी है मेरे तड़पाने को। कुछ लोग वो है जो ढूंढते हैं आराम को ठंडे सायों में, पर मिलती है तस्कीने दिल जलने में तेरे परवाने को।
ये नूर के
اٹھتے ہیں میرا ہی دل گرمانے کو یہ نور کے شعلے اٹھتے ہیں میرا ہی دل گرمانے کو جو بجلی افق میں چمکی ہے میرے تڑپانے کو کچھ لوگ وہ ہیں جو ڈھونڈتے ہیں آرام کو ٹھنڈے سایوں میں کچھ لوگ وہ ہیں جو ڈھونڈتے ہیں آرام کو ٹھنڈے سایوں میں پر ملتی ہے تسکین دل جلنے میں تیرے پروانے کو نور فرقاں ہے جو سب نوروں سے اجلا نکلا پاک وہ جس سے یہ انوار کا دریا نکلا حق کی توحید کا مرجا ہی چلا تھا پودا حق کی توحید کا مرجا ہی چلا تھا پودا ناگہاں غیب سے یہ چشمہ اصفا نکلا.
The title of my poem is Delusion. The bullets of the enemy's corrupted heart infiltrate and penetrate our impermeable skin. The carnage are adored, hoping to cherish their false feelings of victory. They assail our abodes, our mosques, our institution of Ahmadiyya. They lay heap to the bodies of those sacred, hoping to leave a mark of their hostility on the edges of this blessed design. The parents weep for that blessed son they strive to nourish. The children bawl for the tender father that protected them with security. The wives wail for that cherished husband who was their everlasting support. And the wretched tormentors blurt their calls of triumphant justice. But little do they know that those acts of murder they commit will face tenfold the brutality under the wrath of God. Little do they know that those families they physically wounded have bonds that are spiritually incorruptible. Little do they know that those fallen lions of Allah will be eternally blessed in the court of the Almighty. Little do they know that this fold will rise stronger like a glimmering white star, illuminating the corners of this foreboding earth. For when the ocean will rise and the ground will shatter, these seditious nations will face their Creator. Under his rage, they will squeal and howl for mercy. They will scream for their acceptance, but hypocrisy is evident on their black tongues. Surely, the antagonist never lives on till the ending. All those who follow the covenant of our grateful God, fear not and remain adamant as did the Abdul Latifs, the Habibs, and the Qadrs, and those who were sacrificed on that fateful day. The laments and the daggers of those who disbelieve will never rupture our impervious bond. Neither will be forgotten those who gave up their lives, for their everlasting memory shall live on forever.
Second is Bilal Rana from Baltimore.
This poem is a message to those who try to take our dear brothers away from this world. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Who's right or wrong when the laws are gone? When there's no grass beneath the boots that pass? When there's no tone in the telephone? When backs are turned at attacks that burn? Who do you think you are? Trying to shoot down a shooting star? Driving in your gasless cars, your heads becoming massless jars, mind full of fiction, filled with mullah's speechless diction, contradiction between thoughts and action, gripping words, but slipping traction. The ocean doesn't wash away all the sands. Do you think ablution can wash away the blood from your hands? How long before you find that thinking with a closed mind is like blinking with closed eyes? Open them and realize that we are the sunrise, our hands held in prayer while yours hold gun. Stop being shadows and see the sun. We are dawn's early light that wakes the beating heart that aches, to find peace of mind that takes a mind of peace to reach. This is who we are. This is what we preach.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم. He yelled Allahu Akbar and he opened fire. Bullets sprayed the halls as with in military precision, he took out his targets one by one, one by one. When the massacre finally ended, 13 military officers lay dead and dozens more remained injured. My dear friends, today, tomorrow, and for the foreseeable future, we will be asked time and time again, the topic of my speech, can a Muslim be loyal to Islam and be loyal to America? This is a topic extremely important today. Major Nadal Malik Hassan, the culprit that I spoke about, was a military officer. He was a major, and he turned on his country. So how can such a loyalty exist in light of such people? In fact, Islam obliges a Muslim to be loyal to his nation to a level that no other religion has prescribed in history. The Holy Quran, chapter 4, verse 60, declares the verses that I just recited before you. O ye who believe, obey Allah and obey His Messenger and those in authority among you. Three personalities are identified here. The Promised Messiah ﷺ points out that it would be foolish to believe that those in authority among you refers only to the Muslim divines and clerics. Nay, it refers to the government of the land. Hazrat Muhammad Zafarullah Khan, one of the leading legal minds of the 20th century, points out in a lecture in Switzerland that on the part of the people, cooperation with and obedience to those in authority and entrusted with the conduct of public affairs is a duty which is bestowed and obligatory upon every Muslim and owed to God and His Messenger. Our beloved fourth Khalifa, Hazrat Qibla Masih Rabi Rahimahullah Ta'ala, writes chapter 4, verse 60 declares that a Muslim subject is enjoined to obey any government authority. The only exception is where the government blatantly opposes and prevents the carrying out of religious duties. So now the question comes in that as American Muslims, does our government oppose our right to practice Islam? And some argue that yes, it does. But my friends, I warn you, this is a dangerous path. Do not let bigots speak for America, just as we do not let terrorists speak for Islam. When we look at the US Constitution, we find the very first amendment proudly declares, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. These two clauses taken together, my friends, create such a powerful case for freedom of religion that very few constitutions in the world have a similar provision. In fact, it is laughable that as Muslims, we are called into account. For example, President Kennedy, an ardent Catholic, was once asked, if your Catholicism conflicts with your presidency, what will you do? And he said, I will step down. Islam says, no, you will not step down. The Holy Prophet Muhammad said that loyalty to homeland is part of faith. You should listen to and obey a leader even if you despise him. And so therefore, my friends, the Islamic teaching here is second to none. I close with the beloved words of our fifth Khalifa. A true Muslim can never raise his voice in hatred against his fellow citizens, nor for that of ruling community. May Allah Ta'ala enable us to do so. Inshallah, Ameen.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم وهو العزيز الحكيم. I would like to think you about a tree. The topic of my speech today is we are a spiritual organization. The verses of the Holy Quran that I just recited are presented as an argument for Jamaat-e-Ahmadiyya that the same Prophet, Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that was sent to the people, he will later come in وَآخَرِينَ مِنْهُمْ to the people who have not met the earlier people. Promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam laid the foundation of our community on the basis of that spirituality. And that spirituality is mentioned in these verses of the Holy Quran when Allah Ta'ala says, يَتْلُو عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتِهِ وَيُزَكِّيهِمْ وَيُعَلِّمُهُمْ, who recites unto them his signs and purifies them and teaches them the book and wisdom. Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam says, so ऐ तमाम लोगों जो अपने तई मेरी जमात शुमार करते हो, तुम आसमान पर उस वक़्त मेरी जमात शुमार किए जाओगे जब सचमुच तकवा की राहों पर कदम मारोगे. O ye, O people, who consider yourself as my community, you will be truly considered my community when you tread on the path of righteousness. And that's how our organization and the whole institution is established. Look at Nizam-e-Wasiyat. It's all about uplifting the spirituality. Look at the Ijtemaat we do. Look at the Jalsa we do. Look at the Khilafat, the institution of Khilafat. We have a spiritual leadership. It all focuses to one single point, and that is to enhance spirituality. Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wassalam referred to his community as "Ay mere darakht-e wajood ki sarsabz shakho." It translates as, "Oh, the fresh branches of my spiritual tree." I ask you to remember about the tree. We are talking about the best leading Muslim youth organization in the world, and we are the branches of the tree. Now, what's significant about that tree? The tree is deep rooted in the ground, and then it reaches the horizons of the sky. The spirituality is those roots that are deep hidden, which are around all those teachings and blessed leadership of Khilafat. And those branches, which are you and all of us who come to these programs and these ijtemaat, are getting ready for that leading Muslim youth organization. So if we keep that tree in mind and stay deep rooted to our bases and then strive for the excellence, inshallah ta'ala, we will become the best leading Muslim youth organization. Jazakallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Respected judges, my dear brothers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are a youth organization coming together in brotherhood. This is the topic that has been given to me to speak about today. When Sadr Saab teaches us the ABCDEs, the B, which stands for brotherhood, is incredibly vital. When I refer to Bilal as my brother, it's a word I cannot take lightly. This is a commandment, an instruction, an expectation that comes straight from Allah the Almighty, who says in the Holy Quran, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ. Surely all believers are brothers. Allah Ta'ala does not say that we should just call each other brothers. He said, indeed, we are all brothers and we're expected to treat each other as such. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam further emphasized this when he said, quote, O men, what I say to you, you should hear and remember. All Muslims are as brethren to one another. All of you are equal. All men of whatever nation or tribe and whatever position are equal. Then he lifted both of his hands and put them on top of one another and said, even as the fingers of the two hands are equal, so are human beings all equal to one another. You are brothers. End quote. Resounding words from our beloved Master Prophet. This is exactly the message that our Hazrat Masih Maud, the promised Messiah, came to revive when he said, quote, we belong to the same denomination of God's species and are referred to as humans. End quote. What a beautiful way to express we're all humans, all one family, all brothers expected to love one another. So when Allah Ta'ala tells us in the Holy Quran to hold fast all together to the rope of Allah and be not divided, He doesn't say hold fast the rope of Allah by yourself. His words are hold fast all together to the rope of Allah and be not divided. Unified, all together, brotherhood. Islam tolerates no discord or dissension amongst brothers. Hazur explained the magnitude of this in his khutbah in 2008 when he said, quote, always be mindful that the purpose of the advent of the promised Messiah was and indeed is to bring man close to God and to promote mutual love and brotherhood. If we are not endeavoring to attain this purpose, then it is pointless to be considered an amity, end quote. So I ask all my brothers to not take this word or duty lightly. In this age darkened by competition, jealousy, suspicion, discord, and division, MKA USA has given us this bright light of hope to live up to these words of Allah Ta'ala and His Prophet. I ask you to make a vow not to let this bright light flicker. I ask you to make a vow to protect this light through MKA USA, and by doing so, let us do justice to the resounding words of our Master Prophet Muhammad. You are brothers. You are brothers. You are brothers. Jazakumullah.